Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Just out here with Lou. We're on a walk this morning. What do you think, Lou? Say hello. All right. And man, I tell you what, I'm out. All these sunflowers are blooming everywhere, and it is so pretty. And so, I thought Lou and I might take a walk out here this morning and check this out. And it does impress. It's pretty cool, huh, Lou? Yeah. All right. Hey, so what are we up to? It is a Saturday morning. And I am thinking about a breakfast actually that I want to make for you guys. I'm thinking, Luna, come on, Luna. Um, I'm thinking of a hash brown casserole. Thought that sounded really good. That's you might be familiar. Luna, come here. Stay away from those bees. Um, with a similar recipe that Cracker Barrel makes, where it's hash browns and you've got some sour cream in there, and I'm going to put some venison sausage, some onions, and some secret soup ingredients, which make it really creamy and yummy. And I'm going to bake that and I serve that up with some poached eggs. And I think that is going to be so good to make. So that's what we're going to be up to. When I bring you guys back, I will show you what we're going to work with. All right, Lulu, say goodbye to everybody. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Okay, everyone, and we are back. So as you can see in front of us, we've got some really good looking ingredients. The nice thing about this dish is that it's super simple. So most of these things can be sourced right from the grocery store. You're not gonna have to do a bunch of prep. But when you bring them all together, you end up with a really, really yummy product. So let's start out. Over here to the right, we've got some hash browned potatoes, and those are just right out of the deli or section of the grocery store, so those come prepackaged. You could use those frozen as well if that would be easier for you. Just a simple shredded potato. I was actually looking for those the southwestern shredded potatoes. I thought it'd be good to have some the peppers in there and stuff. I couldn't find those, but if you find those, that might be something to try. So keep that in mind. Down there we got some cream of chicken soup and some sour cream, which is going to be blended all with those potatoes. We're going to saute up some shallots and garlic, which are going to get blended in with everything. And then back there, we've also got some venison sausage, which I saw at the store, which looked interesting. And we like to try different kinds of things. So we're going to integrate that into my spin on the hash brown casserole. So that'll be good. Of course, we got some cheddar cheese, which is going to go mixed in with everything as well as on top. And then some butter back there, pepper and salt, garlic powder. Boom, that's it. And then we're going to get all that together and get that in the oven. And it's going to be very, very tasty. So hope everybody's having a good morning this morning. When I bring you guys back, we'll be sauteing up those onions and garlic, and then we'll get this all together, get it in the oven, and that will be that. So, be back in a bit. So, as you guys can see, we are browning up the venison here. Now, it's kind of an unusual ingredient. I think it could be tasty. Saw it in the grocery, like I mentioned in the last video. I'm gonna give it a try. It's a leaner type of sausage, so you're not gonna end up with as much the fat drippings. Whereas if you had like a traditional breakfast sausage, you might want to drain some of this goodness off of there before you integrate it with everything else. But with this, I might end up including some of that because I think there's a lot of flavor in there. So adding to that, I'm going to get in some of these shallots in there, and then some. Actually, I'm going to hold off on the minced garlic. You have to be careful with garlic because garlic will have a tendency to burn. So I'm going to brown this up a little bit more. Then I'm going to add the garlic in right before the end, so that just gets a nice little cook on there. So when we come back, we will integrate this all into one dish, and then we'll get that into a casserole dish into the oven, and we'll be on with it. So hang on, we'll be back in a bit. So as you can see, we've got our sausage in the pan, ready to get mixed up here. Let's start out with our potatoes here. Let's go in with those. Just get it right into the pot. This is a super easy um, dish to get together, so that's always nice. Should mention with that sausage, I did put the pepper and salt, little garlic powder on that. That'd be after I added the garlic, so that went on there as well. So keep that in mind. Then we've got our sour cream. Let's go in with that. Okay, some of that, and then our cream of chicken soup. And I don't think I'm gonna. So this was 2 cans, and I'm not going to add all of that. I think what I really was looking for was maybe like a can and a quarter or so, because you don't want this to be super like a wet recipe. So So let's start with that. I think that should do us just fine. And then we'll go in with our cheese. And I remember, as I mentioned, this is going to go on the, it looks like we might need a little more cheese there. Go in it, mixed in, and also on the top. And so it's really just as simple now. It's just getting this all integrated. So take your time, make sure everything gets mixed around really well. And then what we're going to do is we've got our oven right now preheating at 350. We're going to put this into a baking casserole dish, pardon me, and we're going to let this cook uncovered for about 45 minutes or so. Then we'll take a look at it. It should be real bubbly. And then we're going to get that under the broiler for a few minutes just to get that cheese that's going to be on the top nice and golden brown. And what we're going to end up with is a great breakfast. So let me finish. This should be well mixed. So I'm going to do that off camera. But so like I said, let me finish mixing that around. We'll get this in that casserole dish. When I bring you guys back, we'll check on that casserole after about 45 minutes and get underway. So be back in a bit. Actually, just kidding. Brought you back a little bit earlier. I thought you guys would like to see actually how it goes into the pan and how we prep that to do that. So you want kind of a longer casserole dish because you don't want this to be too thick into the dish. So we'll just kind of get that all in there, spread it around. All right. And that looks good. Get that out of the way. So let's just get this nice and spread out. And I have a bit of Pam cooking spray on the bottom there so it doesn't stick. What you would hope to see is that this will pull away a little bit from the edges and get a little really crisp and, well, probably won't get too crisp, but should be very gooey and yummy. So that looks pretty good. You could also do this in a Dutch oven. If you were camping, you could do this outside, which would be cool too. So something to think about. Okay, let's do that. Let's cheddar cheese on there. All right. Oh, that's gonna be good. Okay. All right. That looks about right. And finally, let's get a little bit of pepper. I'm going to go easy on the salt because I think that a lot of the ingredients we had in there already had some salt in there, so I think we'll just hold off on that. Or people can put that on to taste at the end. So, hey, but that's what it looks like. Going to pop this in the oven, and when we'll be back, I'll show you what we ended up with. All right, guys, so this is what we ended up with. Man, it turned out great. You can see that golden brown cheese on the top. Got this really nice, rich smell coming off the hash brown casserole. I know it's going to be tasty. But what we're doing right now is I'm going to be poaching up a couple eggs. I'm going to let this cool off a little bit. And when I bring you guys back, we will go in for that big bite. So we'll be back in a bit. Okay, guys, and we are back. Wow, this looks amazing. What we've done here is we've got some poached eggs, and so we're going to get that nice runny yolk over this beautiful casserole. And oh, I can already tell it's going to be good. Let's dive in here. What? You don't get any casserole right now. You just have to be patient and watch Dad have the casserole. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to go in for a little more. Wow. Wow. What you got there, you got the richness of the cream of chicken and the sour cream with the potatoes, and that marries really well. And then you got in that sausage and the cheese, and wow. And then, of course, you got the runniness of the yolk over that and just brings it all together. I've got a little bit of hot sauce in there because I like it spicy. And I'm going to dive in and finish this up. But first, do you think you should get some of the casserole? Okay, let's give you a little bit of casserole. There you go. All right, guys. Thank you again for joining me. If you like this type of content and you're not already, please consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up button, and get those notifications. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.